everyone and welcome. I'm Ninetta from Mad About Pilates. I've decided to join in on this new way of doing things online and have put together my first YouTube video. This session is a slow flow mat beginners class and it's geared towards people over 50 or who are new to Pilates. The main focus is on our breathing technique, so that is one of the key elements in the Pilates practice. So we connect the breath work with the movement to give you the best results. All you will need is a Pilates mat, which is a little bit thicker than a yoga mat, especially if you are doing it on a hardwood floor. It just gives a little bit of cushioning through some of the movements we do on our back. But a yoga mat is fine as well. Also a small pillow if you need some neck support, if you may have some tension in your neck. So I hope you enjoy the session and thank you for joining me on the mat.
Breathing practice and warm up. Start by lying down on your back and allow the body to relax for a moment. Remember, you can use a small pillow to support your neck if you are experiencing any tension or pain. In Pilates, we breathe in through the nose, expanding the rib cage, and breathe out through the mouth as the rib cage contracts. This breathing technique helps the body relax and stay focused on the movement, and also brings a sense of body and mind connection. So let's get the body ready for this practice. Bend your knees in line with your hips and find a comfortable distance to bring your feet pointing forward and flat on the mat. Feel the heels and toe balls and outer edge of your feet connect to the mat. Bring your arms alongside your body with your palms facing down. Looking up at the ceiling, keep your collarbones wide. Allow your shoulders to relax and down away from your ears, keeping the chest open. Try and lengthen through the crown of your head and through the spine, and sense the natural curve of the spine in the lower back. So let's begin to take a slow, deep breath in through the nose and feel the rib cage expand wide like an accordion. And as you breathe out through the mouth, feel the rib cage drawing in as if you're pulling a belt in a notch. Continue this breathing pattern 4 times. Try to scoop the abdominals in as if you were zipping up a tight pair of jeans. Make sure the base of the rib cage isn't lifting away from the mat as you focus on your breath and keeping the body relaxed. Switching on pelvic floor muscle. Now let's bring our focus to the pelvic floor muscle. To find your pelvic floor muscle, imagine you are gently stopping the flow of urine and holding wind at the same time. Keeping the body relaxed in the same position, breathe in through the nose, feeling the rib cage expand. And as you breathe out through the mouth, gently squeeze and draw up through the pelvic floor and feel the rib cage contract. Then breathe in and slowly release and relax the pelvic floor muscle. Continue this for 5 full breaths. This exercise helps to engage and connect your lower abdominals and strengthen your core. Ideally, you want to try and maintain the natural curve of the lower spine during your Pilates workout, which is also known as a neutral spine position. Focus on the squeezing and drawing up of the pelvic floor muscle as you breathe out through the mouth, and keep the body relaxed at the same time. Pelvic tilt warm-up. The pelvic tilt is a great warm-up exercise for your lower back before you tackle the more difficult movements like bridging. Begin by taking a breath in and rolling onto your tailbone, creating a small arch in the lower back. As you begin to breathe out, gently engage your pelvic floor and curl your tailbone up towards your belly button, flattening your back on the mat. Breathe in, untuck the pelvis as you roll forward onto your tailbone, creating a small arch in the lower back. Breathe out, curl the tailbone towards your belly and flatten your back on the mat. Continue this movement for 5 full breaths. To feel you are doing this correctly, imagine you have a marble resting in your belly button. Then breathe in, roll the marble down towards your pubic bone, rolling forward onto the tailbone. Then breathe out, send the marble back into the belly button and curl the tailbone as you are flattening your back on the mat. Pelvic bridge. The pelvic bridge is a great exercise that helps you strengthen and engage your core muscles. Bring your arms by your side, palms facing down, feet flat on the mat, and bring your knees hip distance apart. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, curl your tailbone towards your ribs, and then slowly lift your back off the mat one vertebrae at a time, squeezing the glutes to help you keep the hips lifted. Breathe in at the top, and then as you breathe out, curl your way back down onto the mat one vertebrae at a time, rolling back onto your sit bones. Continue this movement 5 times. Only come up as far as you feel comfortable. If you are getting any cramps in your legs, bring your feet closer in towards your buttocks. Keep the breath flowing and try not to hold on to it. Keep pressing the palms into the mat to help you stay lifted in your bridge. When you are done, bring your knees into the chest for a rest. Double leg extension. Double leg extension helps improve your stability and coordination and helps strengthen the lower abdominals. Lie down on your mat and bring your knees and feet together in a 90-90 position. This is also known as tabletop. Your feet are flexed and your toes pointing towards the ceiling. Keep your head down looking up at the ceiling and your shoulders back with your arms by your side and palms facing down. Breathe in and then slowly extend both legs forward, pressing the inner thighs together. Breathe out, slowly return back to tabletop. Try to engage your pelvic floor and maintain your neutral spine. Continue this movement 6 times. The movement is small. As soon as you feel the belly begin to pop, bring your legs back into tabletop as you breathe out and keep drawing the belly into spine. If you experience any pain, simply flatten your back onto the mat. Then bring both legs into the chest and rest for a few breaths. Toe tap. Toe tap is a core exercise that targets the obliques, lower abdominals and hamstrings. Bring your arms by your side with your palms facing down. Keep the shoulders relaxed and away from the ears. Bring the knees to tabletop, hip distance apart, and your toes pointing forward. Pull the belly into spine and try to maintain neutral spine. Breathe in, and as you slowly breathe out, engage your pelvic floor and reach your right foot down, belly tapping your toes to the mat, as if you're trying to make a tiny ripple in a pond of water. Breathe in, raise the leg back to tabletop, and repeat with the left leg. Continue this 6 times, alternating legs. If you experience any back pain during this exercise, bring your hands under your tailbone and only lower the toes as far as you feel comfortable. Once you are done, pull your knees into chest for a stretch. Supine spine twist. The supine spine twist exercise helps to stretch and lengthen the spine. Take your arms out wide into a T shape in line with your shoulders, your palms facing up and your eyes looking up at the ceiling. Bring your knees to tabletop, pressing the knees together and feet together. Breathe in, drop both knees to one side, keeping the shoulders back on the mat. Breathe out, return the knees back to center. Breathe in again and drop both knees to the other side. Then breathe out, back to center. Continue this movement 3 times each side. If staying in tabletop is too painful, you can simply drop both feet onto the mat and continue moving from side to side. Focus on keeping the knees level as you drop from side to side. Remember to breathe in through the nose as you lower to one side, and then breathe out through the mouth as you return back to center. Keep the movement coming from your waist, pulling in through your abdominals as you come back to center. Abdominal curls. Abdominal curls help to strengthen your core and increases flexibility and align the body. Flatten your back and bring both knees and feet together on the mat. Keep the inner thighs pressing together. Draw your belly in towards the spine and shoulders back flat on the mat. Bring both hands up and reach your fingertips towards the ceiling. Keep your arms in line with the shoulders, not past the shoulder line. Breathe in, and as you slowly breathe out, lower your arms forward, reaching your fingertips towards your toes. Think armpits pressing towards your lower ribs. Breathe in, return your arms up towards the ceiling, keeping shoulders flat on the mat. On your next breath out, lift your head and bring your chin to your chest and curl forward. Look towards your belly and reach the fingertips towards your feet, drawing the belly into the spine. And gently squeeze up through your pelvic floor. Breathe in, lower your back down, bringing your arms back to the ceiling, lowering your head and shoulders back to the mat. Continue this movement 5 times. If you are feeling any neck pain, bring your head down and only use your arms in the movement. On your last one, stay up and reach forward for a few breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, and gently switching on your pelvic floor. Keep the chin to the chest, reaching forward with the fingertips. Lower yourself down, pull your knees into the chest, then bring both hands into your shins and relax for a few breaths. Then roll up into a seated position. The saw. The saw helps to strengthen the obliques and stretches the spine and hamstrings. Sit right on top of your sit bones and imagine someone is pulling you up from the crown of the head. Extend both legs in front of you and open up a little wider than the mat. Then reach your arms out into a T position and your fingertips extended, palms facing down. Breathe in, and as you begin to breathe out, rotate to your right and start to reach your left arm forward towards your right foot. So in this position, the back palm is turned up and your head is gently looking back toward your right shoulder. Breathe in, come back to center and restack the spine. Then breathe out and rotate to the other side, reaching right arm to left foot. The back palm is turned up and the head looking back to the left shoulder. Continue this 3 times each side. If you are experiencing any pain, you can just twist from side to side without reaching to the feet. When reaching forward, try to touch your pinky finger to your pinky toe, drawing the belly into the spine and rotate from side to side. Double leg and single leg circles. These exercises are great for strengthening your thighs, calves, your hip flexors and lower abdominal muscles. Start by bending the knees into the chest and then straighten both legs up towards the ceiling. Bring your arms by your side, palms facing down. Pull your belly into the spine and press the sit bones into the mat, keeping the toes pointing. Breathe in through the nose. Start to split your straight legs apart in line with your shoulders. Then breathe out through the mouth as you circle the legs down and back up again, connecting the inner thighs. Continue this movement 5 times in both directions. Keep pressing your back into the mat and draw the belly into the spine to protect your lower back. Only lower the legs down as far as you can keep the lower back connected to the mat. Then bring your knees into the chest for a nice stretch. Single leg circles. Extend the left leg, keeping the foot flexed and parallel to the mat. Bend the right knee and lift the right leg up towards the ceiling and slightly turning out like a little V. The toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. Breathe in and start to circle the right leg towards your left thigh, keeping the pelvis stable. Then breathe out and return the leg back to center. Continue this 5 times in both directions. Keep the circles small to begin with. In single leg circles, we work on the stability of the pelvis and controlling the core muscles. Now swapping to the left leg. Extend the right leg long on the mat, flexing the foot, and lifting the left leg up to the ceiling, pointing the toes and slightly turning out into a little V. Remember to breathe in through the nose into the ribcage and then out through the mouth, relaxing the ribcage. Again, stay connected to the mat, flattening the lower back and drawing the belly into spine. This will help engage your core muscles. Once you are done, pull your knees into the chest for a rest. Swan dive. The swan dive is a move that will help strengthen the back of the body while stretching out the front of the body. Start by lying down on your tummy. Bring your hands in line with your shoulders, palms facing down, and your elbows tucked in towards your rib cage. Your feet are hip distance apart and your toes are untucked. Press your pubic bone and hips into the mat. Lift your head and try to align your ears with your shoulders in the best way you can. Breathe in, lift your head and press up by pushing through the palms of your hands, squeezing the glutes as you lift. Breathe out, release the squeeze on the glutes and lower down. Continue this movement 5 times. Single leg back extension. Single leg back extension is a great move for strengthening the lower back and legs. Bring your hands out in front of you with your palms facing each other and your head hovering on the mat. Your shoulders are relaxed and drawn away from your ears. The legs are straight and the feet on the outer edges of the mat with your toes pointing outwards. Breathe in, lift your left arm and right leg at the same time. Keep lengthening the leg to the back of the room with your toes pointing. Breathe out and lower yourself down. Then switch sides and keep alternating and repeat 5 times on each side. Feel the extension in the lower back as you lift up. Keep the hips pressing into the mat and the glutes switched on. Try and keep the head still and hovering on the mat during the movements. If you feel any tension in the lower back, you might want to keep the range a little lower and not come up as high. The dart. The dart exercise relieves shoulder and neck tension and strengthens the upper back muscles. It's a great exercise for reversing some of the bad posture habits we pick up from slouching when driving or sitting at a desk for too long. Lie face down with your head hovering on the mat with your chin tucked. Your shoulders are relaxed and away from your ears. Your arms by your side with your palms facing up and fingertips reaching towards the back of the mat. Bring your legs together and toes pointing. Breathe in, lift your arms and your head up towards the ceiling, keeping your eye gaze down and chin tucked facing the floor. Then breathe out and lower yourself down. Continue this movement 5 times. When breathing in, imagine yourself to be a dart shooting through space into a bullseye of a dartboard, but keep your legs on the floor and relaxed. If you suffer with lower back problems, place a small cushion underneath your pelvis. Child's pose. Start on all fours in a quadruped position. Bring your hands in line with your shoulders, your knees under your hips, toes together and heels apart. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, start to push back with your arms and try and sit back on your heels. You should feel a nice stretch in the lower back. Keep your head position hovering on the mat in front of you, or simply bring your forehead down onto the mat. With every out-breath, try and stretch back a little further down towards your heels, keeping the body nice and relaxed. If you are after a deeper stretch, take your left hand on top of your right hand and shift your left hip slightly to the left. Lengthen through the stretch, pulling away from the rib cage. Then swap to the other side. Let's stay here for a few breaths. And now we are ready for our full body relaxation meditation. Full body relaxation meditation. Lie down on your back and find a comfortable position. You can bring your arms down by your side with your palms facing up, and your legs straight or bent, and just letting go of any tension you might be feeling in your body. Allow your body to relax and then slowly close your eyes. Begin to take some slow, deep breaths, breathing in through your nose all the way down to the belly, and breathing out through your mouth through slightly parted lips. Keep breathing as you relax the body, letting go of any tension you might be feeling. Notice the in-breath as it enters through your nose, feeling the chest rise, sending the breath all the way down to the belly. And then notice the out-breath as it leaves the belly, moving up to the chest and out through your mouth. Let the breath be natural as we begin to relax and scan the body. Start by bringing your awareness to your feet. relaxing your toes, your arches, your heels, relaxing the ankles, the shins, relaxing the calves, letting your knees relax, the thighs, the inner thighs, and the hamstrings. Feel the whole lower body becoming heavier. Relax the glutes. Relax your hips. Relax your pelvis. And relax your belly. Notice the movement of the belly as you breathe in and breathe out. Relaxing the rib cage. Relax the chest. Relaxing the lower back, the middle back, and the upper back. Notice how the breath enters the body and how it exits the body. Relax your shoulders and your arms all the way down to your fingertips. Notice the natural curl in your hands. Just letting go of any tension. Just feeling the softening of the body as you relax. Breathing in and breathing out. Soften your neck and your throat, relaxing the jaw. Relax your tongue. Let it fall away from the roof of your mouth, softening the whole face. Feel your eyes becoming relaxed, and then relax the space between the eyebrows. Relax the crown of your head, the back of your head, your forehead, your whole face. Feel the entire body becoming heavier on the mat, melting away any tension you might be feeling in the body. Breathing in and breathing out, surrendering your body onto the mat. Let go of any thoughts that might be entering your mind and just focus on your breath. We'll stay here in silence for a few breaths as you rest and relax. And now, start to bring your awareness to your fingertips and your toes and gently wiggle them around. And slowly move the body, moving your neck from side to side, feeling the stretch in the body as you reach your arms over your head and stretch the legs, pointing the toes. Then slowly hug your knees into the chest and roll over to one side. And when you are ready, come up into a seated position. Bring your hands together in prayer and your eye gaze to the floor, or you can close your eyes. Take a few peaceful breaths, noticing the breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out, keeping the body relaxed and at peace. When you are ready, bring your eye gaze back to the center of the room and stay in this peaceful space. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.